and just many miracle workers behind the scenes for coming today. So if you know my mom, which obviously more than 70 of you do, she just loves being able to make relationships among people and share her faith. And so just kind of wrote up some things that came to mind that I wanted to share. And I'm going to be drinking a little water on time because I'm just overcoming some laryngitis, so appreciate that. But what comes to mind when I think of my mom on this earth for 70 years is legacy. Normally this is defined as what a person has left behind when they pass, but in the case of my mom, she's nowhere near finished yet. That said, my mom's presence has left a lot in its wake for the past 70 years. She was the oldest in an Italian family, of where her parents were so pleased by all of her accomplishments. I'm pretty sure she was better behaved than both my sisters and I, or at least we don't know how much dirt on her to share prior to my sisters and I coming onto the scene. She played the part of the older and wiser sibling for her other two, who were about... I was hoping there's going to be a little rebuttal, so we can back on it later. Who were made of the same loving genes that she was. To my sisters, my mom's siblings were, and always will be the absolute best. Examples of an aunt and uncle we could ever have had, and my mom made sure we visited them a lot. In Jenny's case, my older sister, my Aunt Stephanie, Ma was her godmother and my mom's best friend. My aunt was an angel. I thought I was good.
We're good.
Everyone who knew her loved her as she did them. It was like being with the mayor, minus all the politics. She loved all of us, and Jenny, my older sis, and she had a beautiful bond. Aunt Stephanie always understood her, even when I didn't. My Uncle Tommy is also a true gift. As God knows, when we are going through a lot of crap, he sends us his best. He did just that through Uncle Tommy for my family and for me, who is my godfather. He's had me laughing through so much, and I hope as an adult I can start returning the favor. Both of my mom's siblings were nurtured by her, and they were a special Italian trio of 3 Yankee fans that loved and encouraged us through this crazy reality called life. One of God's greatest gifts is how the Spirit, though given all the gifts, has special roles to play. And the 3 of them are a phenomenal example of bringing so many different things to the table and being better together. Getting back to my mom's legacy. She loved a man who at times required a special skill set to achieve this. You are partly witnessing that today. She gave up a career as a doctor and a full ride scholarship to college to marry that man and have 3, if I don't say so myself, delightful daughters. She took on the job of raising them, encouraging them, and cheering them on when we felt she was the only cheerleader and life was against us. She did this many times on her own as my dad traveled the globe to provide for his family. She supported Jennifer, speaking out the life in her when transitions were hard, or I was hard to deal with. She and my dad helped and continued to help her have the opportunity of having the balance of a beautiful family and a job people are on a wait list to have an appointment with her for. She is one of the best, if not the best, physical therapist in the country. And when I can't walk, I call her.
And we have some of her clients here because the HIPAA laws.
As you know, the HIPAA laws have never stopped my mom, so see my mom fought off doctors that told her something was psychologically wrong with me when the diagnosis of epilepsy eluded them. She always supported me in my sports, helped me pronounce my French in my senior solo, scoring the top grade that year at NISMA, proving one teacher's opinion is never the be-all or end-all of you. She prayed with me continually while my dream of marriage also seemed delayed.
Yeah. You got it.
Well, she didn't always have the words. She and my father have always prayed for God's hand and still working on my love story. He gets it in kind of an epic romantic, God gets that I'm kind of an epic romantic kind of gal, and so do they. Okay, Victoria, you're much easier to talk about. My mom loved going to the green at the park in watching Victoria play with the local community band, especially when her short arm was the only thing preventing a longer trombone run in her perfectly executed performance. She also enjoyed her piano recitals, especially when her rendition of God Rest You Merry Gentlemen had the piano moving away from her as she passionately played on with such force and vigor. While Victoria doesn't appear in most pictures until 5 or 6, parents that have 3 or more kids, you totally get that.
Yep.
She was always breaking the mold a bit, but in big ways, eventually, after earning a degree from the University of Miami, winning Teacher of the Year in Florida as a middle school band teacher, where I had the opportunity to teach with her. She currently resides as, in my opinion, the best middle school band teacher you'll ever witness, where 2 of her 4 children now attend at the school she teaches at. My mom is emulated in all of us. She also always wanted to help people, encouraged us to invite our friends over or peers that were struggling, and when our hearts broke through our time growing up, so did my mom's, 100 times more. I see this heart in each and every one of my sister's gorgeous nieces and nephews, Grace, William, Alexa, Shankos, Dylan, Paul, and Andrew. And this all started because 2 people fell in love. This love took them across continents to Aberdeen, Scotland, and London, England to live. It took them through many areas in the States, Long Island, Lockport, New York, Indianapolis, Indiana, Simsbury, Connecticut, Hudson, Ohio, New Hartford, New York, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Throughout all this transition, we were always raised in knowing there was a God and He loved us. We were encouraged. In some cases, that encouragement was non-negotiable to have community and attend church weekly. But it really all started way before that, when God knitted my parents in both my sweet grandmother's and Nana's wombs. He was acquainted with every hair on their heads and knew that my mom and dad were going to spread the gospel together, driving each other a little crazy on the journey. What we see here 70 years later was already brought together by our triune God, and now you're part of this plan and celebration today. If you ask my mom what was the secret to staying married, my mom would say her husband traveled a lot. But now that my dad has more time at home, his reconnection to his faith is nothing but awe-inspiring. His connection with my mom is something I hope to witness for the next 70. That would probably involve more knee replacements for both of them, but one operation at a time. They are truly better together, and God handpicked them for each, now 48 years of marriage, fast approaching this Thursday. In Luke 12:27, we're reminded, God knows how many hairs we have on our head. In Psalm 139:14, we are encouraged as it says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. Many of us are stuck in the enemy's path, but we are reminded in John 10:10, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and destroy. And I come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. We are then promised hope in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, and to give you hope and a future. We asked for no gifts today, but I'd like to challenge you to share the gifts that cost nothing on earth, but will mean everything one day soon when this earth becomes the new heaven. Spread the gift of faith. Tell people about the gospel. Find your tribe. Life isn't meant to be done alone. We are all part of His plan, whether you know Him or not. This is what my mother has done, what my father has also shown an example of. And on behalf of my sisters and my uncle, I want to thank Mary Catherine, Linda. Mary Catherine's right over here. Linda is back over here. And my dad, who helped out all together. We love you, Mom. You've shown all 3 of us what will never fade as our God. And now we are showing our families, our friends, and our loved ones. Thank you for loving us through our beautiful messes, when words seem short, as God's words from the Bible never are. Let's play our part, lift a glass to my mother and my father, because his birthday is July 20th. But the best thing you can do is not celebrate it, not talk to him, smile, and walk right by. They balance each other out for 70 more years of God's blessings and marrying your future. Thank you.